Serious Redditors who've killed someone in self-defense, aka legally. What's your story? Before I wrote this, I texted my therapist to see if she thought it was a good idea, and she said to go for it. So here's what you asked for. I remember this vividly and deal with post-traumatic stress from it. 3 days after my 14th birthday, a man broke into her house to steal some things. I was home with my 8-year-old sister. He didn't know we were in the house, so I grabbed a cordless phone, took my sister down to the basement and hid her in the bathtub. It's a finished basement. I dialed 911 on the phone and told her to tell the operator what was happening. Then I unlocked the gun safe and took out my dad's short shotgun, the kind with 2 pistol grips. I loaded it and went back to the bathroom. My sister laid down flat on the floor on the tub and talked with the operator. We lived in a remote area, so I didn't know how long it would take for the sheriffs to arrive. I remembered a conversation with my dad where he said, in a life or death situation, any indication of aggression is enough. Protect yourself. The bathroom was locked. When he got down to the basement, he eventually tried to get into the bathroom. I said, please leave us alone. I called 911. I'm scared and I have a gun. The man said, are there any pills in there? To which I replied, no. Then he said, I don't believe you, and kicked the door in. So I pulled the trigger, which laid me on my back because I, a scrawny 100-pound kid, had loaded a 12 grams pistol grip short barrel shotgun with .00 buckshot shell. It also blew out my eardrums. So imagine the next moments without being able to hear anything. If you're concerned about my sister's ears, the 911 operator had told her to cover them tightly when she overheard my exchange with the man. I got up and the man was in 2 pieces. Everything smelled like metal, fireworks, and shit. Kind of like when you're deer hunting and accidentally got shoot them. The shotgun had cut him in half. His legs were against the wall opposite the door. There were big holes in the wall and pieces of the door stuck in it. I found out later that some of the wood in the wall was pieces of the man's spine. There was blood everywhere. His upper half was next to them, kind of on its side. I don't know if he was aware of it, but he was still moving. Not twitching, more like flopping his arms around. His heart was still beating. I know this because it was squirting out of him and arcing along the wall with irregular spurts. His eyes were wide open and his mouth was mouthing the words, "Mama, I'm sorry," over and over again. They stopped moving a moment later. It's been almost 25 years, many of those in therapy, and I still have nightmares. I don't go hunting anymore. I don't set off fireworks. And when someone says the phrase, "I don't believe you," I am instantly transported back to the moment where I killed a man. I hear the sound, feel the wave of heat, and smell the smells all over again. I also don't celebrate my birthday, which is a hard thing to explain to people. My sister stayed in the bathtub until the sheriffs arrived, kept her eyes and ears shut tight, and one of the deputies carried her away from it all. She just knows the smell. The man's family tried to press charges, so we had to go to court, where I got to hear the 911 call over and over again and talk about what happened, why I made the decisions I made, and made to look like a villain who just wanted to kill someone. This is because it was the 90s, shortly after Columbine, and Doom was installed on the family computer. Ultimately it was ruled self-defense and in defense of another. If you're curious about my sister, she also went to years of therapy, refused to sleep by herself, and eventually married a sheriff's deputy. They have 2 kids and she's very happy.